This video was brought to you by Squarespace. You watching this, you need a website. Maybe. There's a chance. If that does describe you, then you need Squarespace. I do not know a single thing about building a website, but with Squarespace, it does not matter. Right at the start, I just picked a template, I messed around with it a bit to make it fit me and my needs, and boom, I was done. And posting content is just as easy. I throw in my text, I edit around a little bit, I add pictures, I add video, I add social media posts, I can embed anything I want. I can schedule everything to go out later. I can automatically push it to my social media so I don't even have to touch it. It's as easy as possible. And then beyond that, if I ever need more, Squarespace offers a ton of super powerful extensions and analytics. Really good analytics. I can always track who's coming to my website and all that fun information, what pages are being viewed the most, and all that great stuff. To try out Squarespace for yourself, head to squarespace.com for a free trial. Then when you're ready to launch, head to squarespace.com/Arlo to save 10% off your first website or domain. And now for today's recommendation, a lava lamp. Lava lamps are one of those things that everyone knows about, but not everyone actually considers getting one. They're super cool. Really good for zoning out on something at night when you're trying to avoid screens, you know? Thanks again to Squarespace. Now, let's do that video thing I'm gonna do. They can? Hello, my wonderful friends, and welcome to another episode of Spicy Take Salad, where I read your controversial gaming / Nintendo whatever opinions, and then we, talk about them and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty good time. Here we go. Sonic Frontiers is a better open zone game than Super Mario Odyssey. Woof. Whoa, boy. Did it get hot in here all of a sudden? That is something else. This is good. This is really, really good. I love that. That's the whole entire point of this. I want these takes spicy. We are going to learn to appreciate the spiciness of these takes because differences in opinions are good, people. I know that Super Mario Odyssey has got its critics, but wow, that's all I can say about that. Just kidding. I got a whole lot more to say. I really like Sonic Frontiers. I think it's a really fun game. It's just that the two experiences they're night and day. Odyssey just has so much more just variety and just the number of finely crafted and very just different challenges. You know, it's overwhelming how much just more there is to Odyssey. And then just the level of polish, you know, Odyssey it feels so good to play. Sonic is just very rough. It can be very stiff. The combat is kinda maybe if Frontiers were polished as much as Odyssey, then maybe I could see it, but overall, I do not agree. That is a good one, though. That is a spicy one. When it comes to Smash characters, deep inside, a large amount of people are less excited for playing with a character and more excited with seeing the promotional 1-minute cinematic that has nothing to do with the game itself. Hey. Yeah, probably. I can only speak for myself, naturally, but that's pretty much me. I don't even really play Smash. Ultimate came out, I played it for a while, I do like it. If I had more time, maybe I'd play it more. But for the most part, I'm just in it for the hype. I'm just a hype man myself. It's fun to mess around with the characters I was hoping for. You know, I really liked playing around with Ridley and Banjo and stuff. But for the most part, I just like those trailers. I like the big lead up. I like the big hype. I like the big, huge, crazy reactions and all that stuff. So, there's at least something to that opinion. I don't know how many people it applies to, but it applies to me. Basically, nothing on N64 aged well unless you have nostalgia for it. That is another spicy one right there, isn't it? That is a spicy one, and you know what? I understand it. I totally understand where someone is coming from with that kind of thing. This was Nintendo's first 3D console. Definitely, there were some growing pains. There are a lot of games on it that have not aged as well as a lot of other games have. However, I would not go as far as to say, not even almost go as far as to say, basically nothing aged well. I think there are plenty of games on there. I know a lot of people disagree, but I still feel that both 3D Zeldas are still totally playable, still totally enjoyable. Star Fox is still incredibly fun. Obviously, Paper Mario is still a remarkable experience. I don't need to list all of them, but I get it. I get it, but no, I would never go that far. There's still plenty of very, very good games on the N64. Kane, who edited this video, could not wait to jump in here with this one. We argue about it all the time. General idea here is Galaxy is better than Odyssey. Super Mario Galaxy better than Super Mario Odyssey. I do not think so. However, they are two very different games, and I can completely understand why a lot of people would prefer Galaxy over Odyssey. I totally get it. And overall, this is a subject that is way too big for this one video right here. The actual thing that I will take issue with is the number, the number of greater than arrows you used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6? Did you really need 6 of them? I mean, you could think it is better, but it's not that much better, right? Don't answer that. We'll be here all day. Another well-known face coming in with a greater than. Zelda 2 is better than A Link to the Past. That's a good one. That's a good one right there. That is not an opinion that you see very often. And you know what? I can absolutely get behind this one. Like, absolutely. Like, I mean, like, I don't personally agree, but I think Zelda 2, if it weren't so, like, ridiculously over-the-top hard, the entire conversation surrounding that game would be completely different. The way that we remember it as a game would be totally different, because you know what? It is a really, really cool game. Link to the Past is not a perfect game. It really did help modernize the Zelda formula and kind of put it into a place more like what it still kind of is today with 2D Zeldas. Zelda 2 was weirder. It was a lot more just like creative and just strange, and I can really appreciate all the stuff that it does, you know, like the 2D combat, but mixed with the non-2D overworld. It's just cool. So yeah, I respect the heck out of that opinion right there. Thank you, Rasputin. Rah, rah, Rasputin. This one's from a good buddy, John Riggs. We don't need another Legend of Zelda game. We have plenty. I love this. It comes across as like kind of jokey. Like, you know, obviously people want more Zelda games. They're always gonna want more Zelda games. But at the same time, there are a lot of Zelda games, aren't there? There are a lot of series out there that have not gotten even half the games that Zelda has gotten. Who's to say that everything good must go forever? Who's to say that we absolutely have to keep getting Zelda games just until the end of time? It's not a rule. It doesn't have to be true. We have a ton. So many good ones. Can't we just be happy with those? Can't we just be happy with those? I would not be happy with those. I want more Zeldas. If I like a thing, I pretty much want unlimited of the thing forever. So while I do not agree, I do respect it. Thank you, John Riggs. I like this. I think it's turning out real good. This is some real think pieces here. Do we need more Zeldas, or could we just stop? This is good, you know? Really using my noggin. I'm enjoying this. Barry Kramer's got a good one for me here. Fi, Navi, Midna, all garbage. The only Zelda companion worth talking about is Princess Zelda in Spirit Tracks. I partially agree. I mean, I will admit, Zelda does have a companion problem sometimes. They don't always know how to make the companions have personality, and then we got issues with bothering the player too much and all that. Like Fi, I am a great Fi hater, and I will completely admit, Princess Zelda in Spirit Tracks is a great companion because she's not just a companion, she's also a core character in the story, and that makes it really, really cool. However, I will not diminish the good qualities of the other Zelda companions. Midna, I love Midna. She's lots of fun. What about Ezlo? Ezlo's a great companion. I mean, pretty good. B-tier companion, but still not garbage. King of Red Lions. There's another good one right there. And you know what? Navi, she could be annoying. She could just like annoy you with her little notifications sometimes. But you know what? She was still really good. It's still really cool to have a fairy as a companion. It's a very cool concept. She's a companion, but she's also kind of a cursor with your Z targeting. I think it was very, very clever. So I'm sorry, Barry. While Zelda in Spirit Tracks is very, very cool, I simply cannot agree with the idea that all the rest are garbage. Moving on! Am I gonna get a bunch of angry comments suggesting that Ezlo is a B-tier companion? I'm sorry, I think he's got a good personality, but he pesters. No companion should ever pester the player. It is very annoying. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Spicy Take Salad. You know, every once in a while, I'm gonna be just putting it out there on Twitter, asking people for their spicy takes, so watch my Twitter if you want to potentially be a part of the next episode. I love you. good. Bye.